Rock and roll. This was recorded by Elvis on September the 2nd, 1956. Rock and roll. When I was a lad, an old Shep was a pub. Over hills and meadows we'd stray. Just a boy and his dog, we were both full of fun. We grew up together that way. I remember the time at the old swimming hole where I would have drowned beyond doubt, but old Shep was right there. To the rescue he came. He jumped in and then pulled me out. As the years fast did roll, old Shep, he grew old. His eyes were fast growing dim. And one day the doctor looked at me and said, I can do no more for him, Jim. And with trembling I picked up my gun and aimed it at Shep's faithful hand. I just couldn't do it. I wanted to run. I wish they would shoot me instead. He came to my side and looked up at me, laid his old head on my knee. I'd struck the best friend the man ever had. I cried so I scarcely could see. Old Shep, he has gone where the good doggies go, and no more with old Shep will I roam. But if dogs have a heaven, there's one thing I know. Old Shep has a wonderful home. Rock and roll. So if you want to do like Elvis, you've got to whack that reverb right up. And I've done it in the Elvis key, so it's just as the verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus, or verse, semi-verse, verse under verse, verse under verse, verse under verse. So it's, the intro's G, G7, C. Run down to that G then, the C. When C and A7, D, then D7, and G, G7 and C. Down to G. Just a C and an A7, D and D7, G and G G7 and C. C7 to go into the next bit. Alternate verse, verse 2, whatever you want to call it. I remember the time at the sea, swimming hole, stay on the sea, where I would have A7D to a G or G7. But old C was A7, D and D7, G and G7 and C. And then it repeats those chords. Now, it's the last one that I've got to cover from this LP, which I had when I was that was the LP that I had when I was a kid, or my parents did. And I listened to that one thing. I thought it was great, actually. I like all the 60s stuff. And I was never keen on old Shep, for a number of reasons, actually. Firstly, I'm not keen on dogs, right? I'm a cat man, and dogs don't do it for me, man. And they don't like me either, dogs. Sorry, like, you know. So that's always there. And it's just very slow and, like, you know, never really banged my drum, did old Shep. I don't mind it now. One of the other things, I always just think when he says I can do no more for him, Jim, I thought, but he's called Elvis. You know, can do no more for him, Elvis. Do no more for him, Elvis. With the hands that were trembling, I picked up my gun and aimed it at Shep's faithful head. I just couldn't do it, I wanted to run. I wish they would shoot me instead. Anyway, there we go. It was recorded, and it was one of those songs. I think Elvis sung it in 1945 at some competition where, like, they discovered him, you know, because of that song and this song. Rock and roll. Yeah, September the 2nd, 1956 was when he recorded for the second Elvis LP. Rock and roll.